Welcome back to this channel for practice problems for actuarial exams. My name is Krzysztof Ostaszewski. You can find information about me at smarturl.it/Jedi. My advice on how to pass actuarial exams is at smarturl.it/pass. This video channel is at smarturl.it/pass actuarial exams. Here's the information about online seminars and study manuals for exams P, FM, IFM, and LTAM. I direct the Actuarial program at Illinois State University, and these online seminars that are described here at smarturl.it/btdt-online are run by conference services or offered by conference services at Illinois State University. These study manuals you can purchase at the websites that are listed here. So for example, P manual at smarturl.it/btdt-p. BTDT stands for what I think is the approach to studying you should adopt when you take actuarial exams. You should study for a 10, for a grade of 10 on the exam. You should overstudy. You should study so much that every time you see a problem on the test, you should be able to say to yourself, been there, done that. You should never try to study for a 6, because then you will not be a great actuary. In fact, if you imagine you have a family, you have a child, that child gets sick, needs a surgery, and you need to find a surgeon for your child, would you rather have a surgeon who just studied enough to pass the exams, or would you rather have a surgeon who overstudied and was very, very serious about his job? Well, in my view, you should be very, very serious about your job so that people can really rely on you. Being an actuary is a serious profession. Study for a 10. Again, the website of our actuarial program at Illinois State University is smarturl.it/actuary. If you would like to offer a tax-deductible donation to support our students, please go to smarturl.it/help ISU actuary. Here's a problem for today for exam FM on financial mathematics. A borrower takes out a loan of $4,000 at an annual effective interest rate of 6%. Starting at the end of the 5th year, the loan is repaid by annual payments, each of which equals $600 except for a final balloon payment that is less than $1,000. Calculate the final balloon payment. And I want you to please take a look at the answer choices, because they tell you something. All of them are more than 600. That's important to note. So here is the solution. At the end of the 4th year, the balance of the loan is 4,000 times 1.06 to the 4th, which is approximately 5,049.91. There were no payments made in those 4 years. The first payment comes at the end of the 5th year. And that's why we may want to know this balance, although we don't really have to do this calculation. Just observe that this is something we know. This is the balance of the loan after 4 years. It's 4,000 times 1.06 to the 4th. This balance is then paid off with an unknown number of annual payments of 600 plus the final balloon payment. The payments come starting at time 5, so they're made at the end of the year. So this is an annuity immediate of 600. Assume for a moment that we are paying off the loan only with payments of 600, and let us calculate how many payments would be needed. So we have this equation. 4,000 times 1.06 to the 4th is approximately 5,049.91, and it's supposed to be equal to 600 times a angle n at 6%. So it's 600 times 1 minus 1.06 to the minus n over 0.06. Of course, 600 divided by 0.06 is just 100 times 100, so 10,000. And 4,000 divided by 10,000 is 0.4, so you can just make this into the equation that says that 0.4 times 1.06 to the 4th is equal to 1 minus 1.06 to the power negative n. And so that 1 minus 0.4 times 1.06 to the 4th is equal to 1.06 to the minus n, and then just solve it for n. N is equal to minus the natural logarithm of 1 minus 0.4 times 1.06 to the fourth over the natural logarithm of 1.06. That's approximately 12.0678235. And now you need to guess the intent of the examiners. A very important skill to develop. Sometimes on the exams you need to pay attention to the original intent theory of actuarial exams. You need to answer the question that the examiners intended to ask, not necessarily the one they asked. In this case, you might think, well, that's 12 payments and a little bit. That's not what they intended. The last payment is more than 600. So it's 11 payments and a big bit. Not as big as 1,000, but a big bit. Okay? So what the examiners meant is that there are 11 payments of 600, and then the 12th final payment, which is bigger than 600, but less than 1,000. And what is the value of that final payment? Well, if we accumulate to the end of those 11 payments, so that's year 15, time 15. The end of the 15th year, beginning of the 16th year. The accumulated value of the loan will be 4,000 times 1.06 to the power 4 plus 11, so 15, minus 600 times s angle 11 at 6%. But that's at time 15. And the balloon payment at the end comes at the end of that year. So we need to take all of this now and move it to the end of the year 15 to time 16. And I'm sorry, to the end of the 16th year, to time 16. And that's done by multiplying this by 1.06. So this is just 1.06 times 4,000 times 1.06 to 4 plus 11 minus 600 s angle on 11 and 6%. That's the same as 4,000 times 1.06 to the 16th minus 600 times s double dot angle 11 at 6%. And that's 639.44 approximately. And that's answer B. Please remember this is copyrighted material. The problem itself comes from Society of Actuaries. The solution is mine. Good luck in your studies and good luck on the test.